Hey guys, Tessa here. I just wanted to, that's not gonna work. I just wanted to update you guys that I am a little frustrated because these little doodads, I'm trying to be careful because it's about to come off. So this is called, I don't remember what it's called, but the thing that, so this has the needle that puts this in my skin, and this tube is attached all the way to my pump that pushes out the insulin to go, so it's like an IV, but instead of in your vein, it's just in your skin. Anyways, it's supposed to last 3 days. I'm not gonna lie, as a poor, dirt poor diabetic that is paying for everything out of pocket right now, I tried to make these last roughly 5 days. Don't tell my endocrinologist, even though I can't see them without insurance. But anyways, so this little doodad, I like to get them to last as long as they can. I had to cover up my sensor because of the wear and tear, and I didn't want that to fall off early either, because that is ridiculously expensive. This is basically $100. Well, the transmitter is $300 that lasts for 3 months, and you replace it in every sensor, but the sensor itself is freaking $100. Anyways, I put the patch on there so that that doesn't fall off, even though it's already starting to come off. So I'm trying to get a good angle. As you guys can see clearly in this general proximity, it's already starting to come off. Basically all around the edges, it is already coming off. Potentially you can see it this way too. Oh, it's even worse. Yeah. So I don't want it to come off and have to redo the whole set because I still have at least 100 units in here. So I'm only halfway through using it. Now I love to use my arms, but this is about to fall off and I have some setting to do, and the feeling of this half sticky adhesive is doing the most. It's too much sensory input for me and it's so uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it, waste a whole one of these because all I need is the needle to stick the tube under my skin so that I can continue to use my insulin, and I am 100% not gonna trash 100 units. Are you freaking kidding me? And I don't want to mix it with new insulin because that's just a no-go to refuel it. And then that also means that I have to waste, dang. That would also mean if I fully did it, I would have to also waste a reservoir, which is completely unnecessary. So you guys get to see me do this. Y'all saw I took off the part under here so I can access the spring. I popped off the pink. I took that little blue part, hopefully I threw it away, that I used to uncover the needle. And now you have to be careful so that you don't take the needle out, but you want to take this off just like a sticker so the adhesive shows without taking it out of place. Shoot. It always feels more complicated when I'm videotaping it. So you guys can see this, the adhesive is ready, the needle and the tube. I don't know if you can really distinguish the difference between them right there. I can, but that's just because I'm used to it. Okay, so I don't want to hold on to this circular part because that's what you use to spring the spring. I want to hold the rigid part. Also, I do this so that if it accidentally undoes, it doesn't stab my hand. But you want to wind it up, hear that snap. And then there's a little, can you even see these? Yeah, there's a little divot like that, but there's also one on this side. So I want to stick the tube in there so that way the tube doesn't screw up any of the rest of that nonsense whenever it springs into your skin, and have the level be unleveled, I guess. Whatever. Also, whenever I did that, even though it might mess up a little the adhesive, it's important, at least for me, I like to push back on that. Oh no, my finger did stick. I like to push back on there because sometimes whenever I take off that paper over the plastic and then pull it back, sometimes that tube gets stuck and it, more of the tube comes off of the needle, and I don't even want to get into that right now. I don't know if you guys can tell, for some reason I'm very irritable right now. I think it's just because of this on top of my glucose is dropping. It's not low, but it's dropping, so it's bringing forth a headache and irritation. So I don't necessarily want to take that off 100% yet, but like I told you guys, I love my arms. I'm gonna go for, how is my arm looking? This is actually fantastic because you can't use your favorite spot all the time because you start to build up scar tissue, and the more scar tissue that you build up, the less your skin can absorb and directly use the insulin. If you have too much scar tissue buildup, the insulin gets stuck within the scar tissue, and either you never get to use it, or randomly later, whether you're working out or whatever, or as that skin heals, the insulin will be released at a random time, and you never want that because you don't want to be perfect or even have a low glucose and then that insulin be triggered and then you plummet and have a seizure or potentially die. But anyways, so let's look at the back of this. Okay, I'm seeing a bit, like ever so slightly bruising, so I'm gonna go a little bit further back, but I also want to come a little bit to the front-ish, because with it being right here, although it's the best, because as at least every female knows, this is where your most pudge is, and I like to kind of stay in shape. Like, I have muscle, but I like to keep some fat because of issues such as needles, and that stuff hurts when you just have muscle or yeah. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna go, that doesn't look too friendly or feel too friendly. I might have to go on my love handles, although I'm so against it. What do I want to do? Yeah, I'm wearing high rise, so I would be able to know. Nope, definitely not going on the abdomen. You know what? Since it's only 100 units instead of my normal 200, I'm just gonna do exactly where it is on the other arm, and if it comes off early, I guess it'll come off on time. And you also want to be careful on the direction that you face this. I don't like this pink part. To be honest, this isn't the best positioning. It's even worse if this was rotated like this, so that whenever I'm pulling my shirt or bra on and off, it catches it way too much. And I love putting it on my legs and my thighs, although if you, as a type 1 diabetic, knows, sometimes when you have to pee, it hits you instantly, and so you're rushing and you're quickly pulling down your pants, and the next thing you know, you ripped it off. So I like my arms. Kind of like this angle too, because you guys can see it. So as y'all saw, whenever I put it here, you can see a little bit more of the jiggly. I don't want to show my face because screw it, I'm gonna do it. Sometimes they're painless, sometimes I swear they edge on a nerve, and it makes it all the worse. Anyways, here we go. This doesn't feel comfortable for some reason. 3, 2, further back maybe? I don't know. 3, 2, 1. That's like a 6 of 10 on a pain scale. Okay. Luckily it's not like the sharp, so I don't think that it's close to a nerve. So I am, not only did I want to push it this way, but I like to put my fingers in and push down on the, the needle is still on my arm, but I'm holding it down so the adhesive stays, because if you try to pull the needle out too early, the adhesive has not yet stuck to your skin. So the tubing that's underneath your skin can come out with the needle, and or the whole patch comes off. So I'm gonna wait, apply pressure in different areas, make sure it's all good. Side, front, back. Oh, that's definitely uncomfortable. And then when you're taking it off, you want to be extremely careful. To pull it straight, ow! To pull it straight down. I'm seeming to have some issues. The sharp pain has shown its ugly head. Okay, it's only halfway. Do you see the needle? Why do you feel so stuck? Bam! And this tubing is going to be useless because I'm going to use the tubing from the other one. Shoot. So I like to hold this so that when you pinch and pull it off to disconnect it, you're not risking taking off the patch or displacing your cannula. I think that's what it's called. That's the plastic that's under your skin. Bam. Okay. All right. Haha. My glucose is 73. So luckily I have some very sugary Starbucks behind me to get me ready for my studying time. The pain. Do I focus on studying on a test that's due tonight? Do I do it with my glucose? Do I do both? Whatever. Because also whenever your glucose is low, it is very hard to focus. When you're out of range, or even when you are in range and you're fluctuating, it is hard to freaking focus. Okay, so that's good. Shake that out. Rip this thing off. Kind of want to show you guys that was under my skin. Just connecting this. So I'm throwing away the new tubing and throwing away the old patch, whatever. And this whole little doodad is called an infusion kit. Infusion set, infusion kit. Whatever the frick you want to call it. So technically diabetics are supposed to put those in like medical safety boxes or whatever because it's contaminated by me. I don't have money for that. Anyways, so now I'm going to take out my insulin pump and I'm gonna go to my settings. We'll unlock it, go to my settings, options, reservoir and tubing. And I don't want to do new reservoir because I didn't get a new reservoir and I don't want this to come all the way down just to have to figure out, navigate how much to push it back up. So I'm going to keep, clearly there's something that goes inside here and pushes it up more. I'm not resetting that. I'm connecting to my new insertion point. Plugging it in and filling my cannula, which for me is 0.3 of a unit. Fill now and it's done, and I am set up and good to go. So now I can chug my Starbucks and espresso and very sugary beverage and try to get to studying and try to live life like normal people. See you next time.